Friday, August 4th edition of the Carolina Weather Video. Meteorologist Matthew East along with you. Cold front approaching. That'll bring some changeable weather to us here over the next couple of days. Let's start off with a look at our Greensboro Tower camera. Quiet this morning during the 5 a.m. hour. Same story around Charlotte, although more clouds spreading into the southern sections of North Carolina. There's the Dowd YMCA camera. Temperature in Charlotte early this morning at 69 with the dew point at 66, so our humidity at 90%. Early this morning. Had a muggy day, and some folks pretty hot. Around Raleigh, you got all the way up to 94, Richmond at 93, but it was mainly upper 80s around the Triad viewing area, some mid-80s involved, although it did get up to 91 in Burlington and over toward Chapel Hill. Albemarle at 90 degrees yesterday, 87 in Monroe, even Boone up to 81, and Jefferson at 77. Now, here's a look at the radar and the satellite as I cut the video early this morning. Have some areas of generally light rain down in the parts of South Carolina. And this is not overly heavy stuff. There are a few thunderstorms involved in coastal North Carolina at times early this morning, but all that's generally going to stay toward the coastal plain in the Midlands of South Carolina this morning. What we're watching is the activity with the cold front off to the northwest from parts of Ohio and Indiana down into Kentucky, Tennessee, all the way back into Oklahoma. Those are all thunderstorms with our next cold front, and you watch here on the high resolution rapid refresh, those thunderstorms blossoming this afternoon and then translating eastward toward our area. So as that cold front approaches, we will have better chances through the mountains, foothills, and eventually Piedmont zones today and this evening for picking up some scattered showers and thunderstorms. There's the high resolution modeling, and notice the mountains see the activity this afternoon, and then that will translate eastward. This computer model run ends about 6 or 6:30 this evening. Thereafter, we would see that chance kind of buckle into the Piedmont for some scattered showers and thunderstorms. And we do have a category, I should say, a marginal Category 1 risk of severe weather, damaging winds being the primary severe weather threat. Highs today pretty warm. It's a pretty muggy weather day too. Now, a lot of us are going to eke out a really nice Saturday. That front moves to the south, and so I think places like, we'll say roughly Columbia over toward Fayetteville and Point South, you'll have still some clouds and scattered showers and storms Saturday. But north of that line, including I think Charlotte, Raleigh, Greensboro, and the mountains, the foothills, the Greenville-Spartanburg area, we slip into some lower humidity temporarily for Saturday. So lower humidity, a dry day in those areas I mentioned, and high temperatures tomorrow that look like that. Not bad at all. But that warm front then begins to lift back, cold front rather begins to lift back northward as a warm front. So back into the muggier stuff with time Sunday with a few afternoon storms. There's our Sunday highs, and then that front basically meanders around the region for most of next work week. So a lot of next week featuring a good deal of cloud cover and some areas of showers and thunderstorms from time to time. So kind of an unsettled forecast next week. Now let me spend a little bit of time here in the tropics. All right, a couple areas we're watching. One is the eastern parts of the Caribbean Sea. There's a tropical wave that looks very, very ill-defined this morning, but there is a chance that could develop as it heads generally to the west-northwest through the western Caribbean and into the Gulf of Mexico. More on that in a second. Oh, let me go back to that real quick. And then over in the eastern Atlantic Ocean, there's a very well-defined tropical wave that has a good chance of becoming a classified system in coming days. So there's a moderate opportunity for development of that Caribbean Sea system, and it could wind up in the southern Gulf of Mexico or the Bay of Campeche early next week, and a high chance of development of that eastern Caribbean system, the eastern Atlantic system rather, that'll probably wind up north of the Lesser Antilles, and then we'll have to track it from there. Let me show you a couple specific model charts here surrounding these systems. This is the NavGem model, and it really blows up that system from the Caribbean as it gets into the Gulf of Mexico. This is out toward, the middle of next week. And then there's the system in the eastern Atlantic. On the other hand, the North American models here, this is the Canadian. It is indicating that Atlantic system gets pretty potent and approaches the Bahamas out at Sunday evening, August 13th, so 8 or 9 days from now. And the GFS computer model, it eventually brings that north of the Bahamas and actually near the Florida coast by Monday the 14th. And again, that's the Atlantic Ocean system. So the tropics heating up just a bit. We'll keep an eye on all this. Plenty of time to watch it all. And we'll, of course, keep you up to date. Be sure and check out our tropical updates on Spectrum News at 21 and 51 minutes past every hour. All right, that is it for the latest edition of the Carolina Weather Video. Thank you for watching. Have a great weekend, and God bless.